Meet a woman whose paid job is a dream job, working daily on the field of dreams. You'll meet her coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Fox 43 studio. We're visiting with someone who was with us about a year ago, and we're talking about the same thing, even more special, the Grand Strand Miracle League. And we're visiting with Stephanie Turnmire, and it was Stephanie Russ last time.
Yes, sir.
Some big things have happened.
Yes, I've gotten married in the last few months. Now Turnmire. Very excited about that.
What is that like being married, Stephanie?
It's great. I tell everyone if I had known it would have been this good, I would have done it a lot sooner.
You would have jumped in a lot earlier, and Dave probably would have asked a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It's been a lot of fun. The last 2 months have been exciting.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2 months. Oh, my Lord. How exciting that is. Now, the Grand Strand Miracle League, of course, last time we were here in the studio. We were in a different location, and we were visiting with you and Raymond Shiles, one of your, I guess, long-term board members.
Right.
How long has the board been set up, and when was the Grand Strand Miracle League set up?
2001 of September is when we got everything together, and then our board met for the first time in December of 2001. We've had basically the same board members, but maybe 2 new ones since then. But the same board has stuck with us over the past 2 years and done a lot for the organization.
Stephanie, about yourself real quick before we get into the Miracle League. Are you from the area originally?
I'm originally from Northern Virginia, up near D.C. Lived there my whole life and moved down here with my sister to start school, and have been here ever since.
Oh, so school brought you to Horry County.
It did.
I think I saw at one point you'd been up around Rutherford.
I moved up there for a semester and came back because I liked it better here.
What, the mountains versus the beach?
Yeah. It was a big difference.
Absolutely.
I love it here at the beach, so.
It is special. And now, are Miracle Leagues, or obviously the Grand Strand Miracle League it's not the first. I think when we were together last time, have they been popping up quite a bit more since?
It has. We were the second in the nation in September of 2001. Since then, over the past 2 years, we've got 75 cities that have joined the association. A handful of them are building the field now and getting ready to have a spring season this April. So it's really spreading fast. 75
cities, and the Grand Strand's the second?
Yep.
That is, and the first one was somewhere in Georgia, right?
It's Conyers, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, and that's where the association is based out of.
Okay. Wow, how exciting to feel
is.
Getting in on the ground ground level.
I think within 5 years it's going to be huge, and all these children are going to have the opportunity that they never had.
Let's talk about the background. How did someone here locally find out about the Miracle League down there in Conyers, Georgia?
Paul Booth is the founding president, and he was just sitting at home watching a special on HBO, and it popped up. And they weren't planning on going national until January of that next year. And they got overwhelming calls about the special. 2 weeks later, after he saw the special, myself and Paul went down and saw their opening day in Conyers, Georgia. And we fell in love with the program, and it touched us so much that he came back. And him being a business owner here locally got some of his friends, clients, and helpers to build this field. And if it wasn't for Paul seeing that special and rallying his people, we would have never known about it. So he really has had an impact on this organization and these children.
That is spectacular. And the power of television. Thank the Lord for that. Absolutely. That he was sitting at home watching TV.
Yep, exactly.
That's great. Well, of course, now, for viewers who may not have seen you almost a year ago when you were with us, Stephanie, let's talk about how the Miracle League works.
Okay. It's an organization. It's a baseball league for children with special needs. We service children ages 3 and up. We do have some children up into 30. It just depends on their level. It's not really for adults, but as you know, these children sometimes have different levels of maturity, so we do allow up into the 20s. And what we do is we provide an organized baseball league like you would have with Dixie Youth or Little League, and we put together teams, and we do professional teams. The kids get real excited about having a professional baseball league, and they get the uniform and the hat. And then what we do is we organize a season every spring and every fall for 8 weeks. and the kids get to play games every Saturday during the seasons, and they play the different teams every week, and they come out and they play 2 or 3 innings, and they each hit every inning, and they each score every inning. So it's real exciting for them and their families.
Oh, absolutely. And it's every Saturday for 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when's the spring season kicking off?
April 3rd is our opening day.
Okay.
And we have a huge event this day. We want it to be our biggest event yet. Our original opening day was very exciting. This year we're close to paying off the field, which was $125,000.
Wow.
And we're dedicating the field this April, and also are in the process of building some bathroom facilities, which we'll unveil that day.
Yes, I've heard a lot about that recently from someone who was with us a couple of weeks ago, Hilda Merritt Carter, who's talked so much about the
Hilda's
bathrooms
helped
there.
us find someone that's going to help sponsor the bathroom, so she's really working hard on this.
Great. I know Raymond had gotten in touch with her, and Raymond is just to see him tears well up in his eyes when he was with us with you last year, even though we had only a couple of minutes for Raymond because we'd spent so much time with you, but to hear about the commitment that he and Jerry have made and the excitement for them to see.
They really have.
See folks.
Raymond's a different type of board member. He's, day to day, he's involved with the children. He's become close with their families, does things with the children outside of baseball. He's an incredible individual, and we are so blessed to have him part of our board and the organization.
Most of the board members have some, I guess, have some tie to. Obviously, they get active with the kids or help put the field together. And as you said, only a couple have not been on since the get-go.
Right. We've got everyone has their special part, like we said, and Paul likes to stay behind the scenes, but he's the builder and the reason why the field's there. We have Carson Benton, who's going to be our upcoming president for 2004. His company did most of the building of the field originally, C.L. Benton and Sons, and just go through Joe Carter from, I think, Keystone Realty. He helped us get the note for the field to pay that turf off. We've got Molly Lout from Horry County Special Needs Department. And, the list goes on of the individuals that each one has a special part, and they've all done a lot for us.
And obviously, when you talk about children 3 to even up to 30, I mean, this is specifically a charitable organization providing that for mentally challenged or physically challenged or both?
Yes, it's for physical and or mental. And a lot of the children, probably 90% of the children, do have both. We do have a lot of autistic children, which autism can range from very slight to very severe. And then sometimes it can affect their physical also. So every child is different, and we have a buddy that will be there for their special needs, help them play so that they don't get hurt and so that they can do it too, just like every other child.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So is there a buddy for every child?
There is. In the past, we've had up to 80 children participating in the seasons, and that means 80 buddies have to be out there participating. Every child gets with the parent or whoever's brought them, and they get their special needs down, and they help them. If they're in a wheelchair, they help them ground the ball. If they need help swinging, they help them swing. If they need to use the tee, they get the tee ready for them. Just so many different special needs, and when you're one-on-one with someone, they can focus on your special need and help you play so that you can do well throughout the game and throughout the innings, running the bases or pushing the wheelchairs. So it's a great volunteer program, and it's very rewarding to come out and be one-on-one with the kids.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie, is there room for more children?
Oh, yeah. We're hoping that is our goal right now, is to promote the program. We really want more children. We can probably, we can handle up to probably 200 children, and we would go throughout the weekdays also, instead of just Saturdays. That's how they do it in Georgia, is they play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
Which would, of course, need more volunteers, more money, and more staff, but the more children that it touches, the better it is.
Oh, yeah.
And that's our main goal. Above anything else is getting the children involved and getting these parents there to see it and just try it one time, because once they see it, it'll change their life forever.
It's that first time out there. Well, then let's go through that and get folks excited about that. What's that day like? What are the Saturdays? I think you said it kicks off April 3. Okay, so for the spring season. What's going to be the day like if a viewer was to show up, let's say maybe not the 3rd but the 10th? April 10th. What's that day going to be like? What time do they need to be there, and what's going to happen?
Well, what we do is we try to get parents to call ahead of time, and we have an application form that they sign,
Right.
and then they get their uniforms, and we have to know that ahead of time so we can get their sizes. They get a hat, a shirt, and stirrups, stirrup socks, and what they do is they come out that day, and if they're not there every Saturday, it's fine. They come out, they get a schedule. And we usually play games at 10, 11, and 12, or 11, 12, and 1, depending on the weather. We do that right ahead of the season. And they come out and they show up about 15 minutes before the game, and they get warmed up, and then they play. And it's the most exciting day of the week. The parents say that the kids will not quit talking about it. They talk about it all week, and then when the season's ended, they said that they just can't take it because they talk about it all winter, all summer. And we try to do other things throughout the winter and the summer. We get together for parties or for holidays. Raymond does a lot of that. He organizes the Christmas party and gets all the kids a present and gets it catered, and they have a huge party where they can get together.
Wow.
We try to make it more than just baseball, but the baseball is, you know, our focus. And then after that, we do things that the children wouldn't do on a normal basis.
How exciting.
It's very exciting.
How far in advance before the season kicks off do you need to know if someone's going to be a part of it? I mean, I mentioned April 10th, but I guess you really need to be there for opening day.
Well,
April 30 is so big.
We sign up kids throughout the season. You know, if someone doesn't hear about it until the 4th week, that's fine.
Right.
We have extra uniforms, and we usually try and get every size where they can come out and play that day.
Right.
And that's just what we're trying to get across to the parents, is some parents don't think that the children can do it, or it's not for them. We just ask, even just come out and take a look at it.
Right.
Even if you don't want to bring the child, you come out, take a look at what it does to these children, their siblings, their parents. It gives the parents a moment to just, you know, sit on the side and see their kids having fun. And sometimes it's the first time in their life that they've seen them have fun, smile, and enjoy life. So they can do it. Everyone can do it, and we've got buddies out there that can help them, and that's what we're here for, is to help them get active and have fun and get out in the sunshine.
So a real big push is to get a parent out there so that parent or parents will be able to see what their child could get out of
Right.
this.
And they'll come out and they'll see some of the children that are so severe that you would think could not do anything, and they're out there hitting the ball and running the bases and, you know, just out there having fun. And to them, it's not a competitive baseball game. It's just fun and an activity that they get to get out of the house and do.
That's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing. You said last season. Now, is the season spring and fall, or fall and spring? And of course,
It is.
as you said, folks can come anytime.
They can. It's April and September usually is when we start our 8 weeks.
Right.
And then we do play on every Saturday. And we have kids coming throughout the season. Someone will hear about it, or a lot of the parents that are involved talk it up at school, and then
Right.
some parents come out during the season and join, and we've done that, and that's fine. And we just add them to a team. And the kids, they enjoy it so much, and they get friends on the teams, and the
Right.
coaches become close with all the kids. All of our coaches are volunteers. We have 2 umpires who are there every single game. They're both volunteers. We have volunteers that come out every single game, work the concession stand, the merchandise stand. It's just, people have dedicated their time to this, and it is an incredible experience for everybody. Not even just the kids, but everybody that comes out.
Now, there are lots of, one of the great aspects, the opportunity for business to get involved, or for individuals to get involved in helping to sponsor if they can't give their time, if they're always gone on Saturdays. Let's say they're out of town every Saturday. They know they won't be there, but there's a way to be a part of it.
There is. We have a wide variety of sponsorship levels, from $35 up, which $35 will sponsor a child, their uniform, their team medal at the end of the year, and their team party. We ask for a donation from the parents, but we know that a lot of them are financially not able, so we find sponsors. That's a low-end donation. We do have it up to, you know, thousands. We've got 1,500 that will give you your company name or individual name on the field. If you haven't seen the field, you come out and it's like a miniature Pelican Stadium, and we've got all the banners up and all the field signs, and it's an incredible field, and we've spent a lot of money on it. Total probably about $250,000 to $300,000.
Wow.
So it's to have your name up there, it is a privilege, and that stays up for a year until the next sponsorship comes through where we need room on the fence. But right now we have a lot of the founding builders of the field and the people who helped us get it started, which will be there forever. But anybody can come and get their name up on the field and be a part of it.
Great. Now, a lot of businesses, of course, are into exclusivity. That I guess everyone wants to be involved with this, and so you're probably not even to that point. I mean, there's just so much excitement about getting folks involved.
Yeah, this past year, the awareness it's been great.
Right.
People are starting to find out about it. You say the Miracle League, and people go, wow, isn't that the baseball league for my neighbor plays in that, or my, cousin or whatever. And it's been great just to hear people finding out about it. One of the biggest things that goes really fast is the team sponsorships. And that puts your name or your company name on the back of the kid's jersey. And these kids want to wear their jerseys everywhere. The parents say they want to wear them to school. They want to wear them to church. They do not like to take them off. So you get your money's worth when it's on the back of these kids' shirts. They wear it everywhere, and they are very proud of it. And that goes for a whole year. It goes for 2 seasons. So they'll wear it in the spring and in the fall.
Wow.
And that's a $1,000 sponsorship level.
Great, yeah.
And that is very limited because it's only 6 teams per year. And we do have about 4 of those left for this season. So
great. Folks ought to be calling you. The number to call, Stephanie, the best number to reach you, is that the 448-7712 number?
Yes, that's the number. That's our office.
843-448-7712. If one of our viewers, let's say in Laurinburg or Hartsville or Lumberton, has a child that they think could be involved, is this exclusive to Horry and Georgetown County, or could you take folks from all over?
We can take them as long as they have the transportation. We'll take any child. We do have some people driving right now from Lake City. They drive about 2 hours to get here every Saturday because it's been that powerful to their child and their family.
Wow. So anyone, I mean, within our viewing area up in Hartsville or Laurinburg, anyone who could drive in for those Saturdays, you said 10, 11, and 12, or maybe 11, 12, and 1, depending on the weather. Let's say it rains. Well, what do you all do?
We've only been rained out a few times in our 2.5 years. What we do is if it's pouring down rain, we'll do some type of announcement, and then we'll get all the coaches calling the parents that morning, letting them know that it's canceled. And what we'll do is we'll add a game on to the end of the season, so they still get the 8 weeks in.
Oh, great, yes. Well, that could be exciting for some folks who aren't in on that opening day, April 3rd. And April 3rd, so big.
Yeah, it's huge.
You'll have a lot going on that day.
We're getting ready to start a campaign to advertise for that, and it's going to be huge. We've invited all the politicians to come in. We've invited a few stars to come in to sing the national anthem, and Hilda's helping us line some people up for that, and to have just a huge, huge event to kick that off. And we're expecting 500 people to come out, and just that person that comes out that's never seen it before, it's going to touch them, and they're going to want to get involved somehow. And there's so many different levels, just from being a volunteer, sponsoring a child. It really is a nice thing to do.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie, to see 75 other cities commit nationally to be on board, a lot of those must have visited Myrtle Beach. I'm sure they've been to Conyers, but a lot of them come to see what you all have done.
They have, because Conyers is a little bit older than our field, so our field is kind of the showcase right now. And anyone that calls the association that wants to get involved, last year we had West Virginia visit, we had Pennsylvania visit. They're getting ready to build one in Maryland and Virginia, and all these people have come to Myrtle Beach to see the field and to see what the experience is for the children. And it's exciting because it takes us back to September of '01 when Paul and I went down there to see their kids and how it touched us that day. And that's what we want to do to other people.
I was so excited to visit your website, the gsmiracleleague.org, and to see some of the things at the website. There's a great photo gallery that helps lay out, and that's such a visual thing for a viewer, let's say in Lake City, who may not be able to drive over on April 3rd, but wants to see, just to get a feel of what it's like, because this is surreal. I mean, it's so powerful.
It is.
To be able to look at just to see the Field of Dreams itself as y'all were building it, as it's been being used now, to see some of the opportunities to become a sponsor, to see some of the other board members that are active, and to see some of the other fundraising events. Y'all have some events year-round, Stephanie.
We do the Kiwanis Club every year, which I'm a part of. They do a dinner auction over at Pine Lakes, and that's huge this year. I think we raised $12,000 off of that one dinner.
Right.
We also do, every year we do a truck pull where we have the South Carolina Super Strength, the strongest men in the world. They pull a fire truck, and we get pledges per foot for that. Our ongoing fundraiser, which we did last year with you, is our brick sales, and we have a big patio out there. And that's an incredible offer because it's $200 and you get your name on the field forever. So we're still doing that. We've probably got 200 to 300 more bricks to sell to finish the patio. So that's a good ongoing fundraiser. Also, we sell merchandise and concessions at the field, and 100% of all that goes right back into the program. And our administrative costs are so low that the majority, probably 90% of everything that's donated goes directly to the children in the field and the program. So, and it's 100% tax deductible. We've just had a lot of awesome donations, like Paul donates the office and a lot of the copies and the administrative stuff that would normally cost organizations a lot of money, and he's put that up to be able to put all the donations directly to the children.
That is wonderful. So a for-profit company has essentially offered to underwrite a lot of the costs for a not-for-profit to really be able to drive more of every dollar to actually go exactly to what it's needed.
He cares about it so much, and it's WESI Consulting, and he's the president of that, and he does so much more for other organizations in the community, but he's kind of just taken this one in and done 100% for it. He really has.
That is great. I'm so glad to hear that. On Monday, we had Burns Massey, the executive director of the Conway Medical Center Foundation, and Conway Medical Center, of course, covers all the operating expenses of the foundation, so that every dollar, just like y'all, can go in. It's so important to have in this instance, a for-profit company really help underwrite all the costs for a not-for-profit so that you can really make every buck have a huge bang.
It does. I mean, if you donate $10, that could pay for a hat for the child, or a glove, or anything helps, and you know that you can come out and see exactly what your money goes for. That's what's real nice about every donation that we get. That's
very powerful, Stephanie. Now, how are you able to do all those other things, and reading about you, to see your activities of visiting the local hospital and seeing kids or the elderly, or walking dogs on a regular basis with the Grand Strand Humane Society? There were so many other things you were doing, working to help feed the homeless. How do you have the time to do all this, Stephanie?
Just getting involved with the children just made me realize, how blessed I am, and just to help other people just makes me happy. That's what I enjoy doing, and it's almost like, my paid job is a dream job, because that's what I live for. I love sports, and I love children with special needs, so I've kind of fallen into the perfect scenario.
Have you gotten to know many of the kids and their parents?
I do. We have, on a normal basis, about 70 to 80 children, and they're like my own. They come out, and they all know me by name, and I know them by name, and I've gotten real close with the parents. A lot of the parents will come in and volunteer with me in the office to help do things, the stay-at-home moms, and it's just been an incredible relationship between myself and the families, and that's what makes me push harder, knowing that it's helping them in their home life and their relationships with their children.
Absolutely. And as you said, to have the coaches and all the volunteers get to know the players so well, where you've got players the players and their parents driving in from Lake City, and that opportunity to be able to touch them from as far as South Florence, to know that folks in Darlington or Hartsville or all over this area of the country could come to.
They can. As far as they can drive, we'll accept them, and they'll have a perfect spot here in the Miracle League. And the coaches are incredible. They give so much time, and the majority of our coaches don't even have children in the league. They're just there donating their time, and it's touched them the same way it's touched me and others, and they're there just to help these children have a better life.
It was so cool also seeing at the website, Register Your Child. There's that opportunity. Either they do it online, or when they call, they need to give you some critical information. The 843-448-7712 number.
Yeah, we do. We have an application that's through the association, and they fill it out, and it's just emergency contact information, their diagnosis, their age, their school, basic information, and that we might need just in case of anything. And knock on wood, no one's ever gotten hurt out there. We do have Bob Durr, who's one of the fire chief over at Myrtle Beach. He gets the fire station out there, and we have EMTs on hand, and they bring out the fire dogs, and the kids just have other activities, before and after the games that they can have fun with doing that.
Golly, Stephanie, it seems like there's so much going on that day. I mean, just the thrill, obviously, the focus is on the children.
It is. The people that come out just care so much for the children, and they want to do so much. It's almost like we have so many people that come out, and that's why we want more children, because we know that, I think they said there's about 10,000 eligible for our program in Horry and Georgetown County alone, just school-age kids. And we just want to reach them, and we want to let them know that there is the opportunity out there for them to do a sport, and they can do it. They really can. They just have to come out and see.
You got to get out there. April 3rd. We're only a few months away, but the date's getting close. These are Saturdays, 8 weeks in a row. If it's rain, they'll move it. They'll add an extra week on. The Grand Strand Miracle League's committed so much, and the excitement to be with a woman who said her paid job is a dream job, which ties in so well to the Field of Dreams. Get out there to the Field of Dreams on Saturday, April 3rd. Stephanie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. We want to thank Stephanie Turnmire of the Grand Strand Miracle League and all the board of directors and volunteers that work so hard to give children the opportunity to get out in the sunshine on a field of dreams.